Okay, well, anyways, are we on? Are we going?
Yes.
Okay. Tradition.
Whoop.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay,
Look
ready?
at me when you toast.
You know what?
That's
That's
a
actually
thing.
supposed to be good luck. 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
Okay.
Sorry. It's one of those things that I don't know if I really can get used to having tequila in the afternoon.
It is the afternoon now.
But it does go down different every time. I'm
It
going to agree
does.
with you. You said that last time.
I know.
All right.
I've had a headache all day, so that should
That should change
I'm sure
it.
that should fix it.
That'll change things.
Okay.
So
Liquid
it's
elixir.
always an
Yeah.
okay.
Candice.
Candice is a pretty sounding name.
Candice is really 1 in a billion.
Oh, I love you so much, Candice.
Who's Candice? So Kristina, I'm sorry about that.
Mental characteristics somebody with the name of Kristina experiences.
Kristina, Kristina.
You're Bret, right? Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Bret. You tried to.
The Modern Matters podcast with Candice, Kristina, and Bret.
All right. Again, we are back for our weekly do together. Hi guys, episode 6. We got Kristina.
Hey.
Bret.
Hi.
And moi, Candice. Today's topic, we are defining beauty. Let's define beauty. We're going to talk about classic beauty, how it once upon a time was, and how we see it today.
Mm-hmm.
But as usual, before we get into today's topic, let's circle back. Kristina, you had one.
Yes. Hey guys. I just wanted to circle back on the woke comment that I kicked into last week. And, like I said, we are not experts by any means, but what my intention around the word woke, as we kind of looked into it, there is different definitions of it. But when I was speaking to it and what we were talking about last week, it was really around the idea of being increased consciousness, awareness, like not to the full extreme that quotation woke can mean. So I just wanted to bring that up so everybody can understand that is where Kristina, farm girl Kristina, simple Kristina coming in, special K coming in. That was the intention when I was bringing that up as a point of discussion. But
Just like Special K.
Special K, don't ever forget it. Yeah,
That's
not the
still
drug,
funny.
not the drug.
That
Yes.
From the very first episode,
Yes.
that intro episode, when you said that, it was like a moment of, oh, she is really just good to the core.
Yeah, well, I have these moments, and I feel like I learn a lot on this little program that we have here. So, anyways, that was the one that I wanted to circle back with.
I love it. Good
and
one.
is there anything else that the crew had?
I don't have a circle back, but I have something for you guys.
Oh,
presents.
I love presents.
I have presents.
Okay.
So we have been shooting a lot, and we've been banking episodes, which is great so that we can release them in the future, and we have flexibility so that if we have an off week or something, then we can certainly keep to our schedule of releasing every single week. So last week was our first week where we started to actually post, and we had to go through all the rigmarole of posting everything and getting it all organized, and all the pictures and things that we'd been working on for months and months and months, and things in the past all had to be put in their place finally, and we got a rhythm going, which was great, and everybody did a fantastic job.
A lot of learning.
A lot of learning.
We all now, like, I feel for me, it was so much work to get that all going, right? Like to get even the bank of episodes edited and together, and to be ahead of schedule, like so that we're not stressing. I would come in and I'd be so thinking about what I had edited for the future for the episode we were talking about. I wasn't fully thinking about that. So now all that's gone. Now we can actually focus on future episodes, which is great in a relaxing way. I want to take notes, which I do, and we all do. So I got us all notebooks. for keeping our ideas straight and moving forward so that we can keep it all. So the top one is for Candice and the bottom one is for Kristina.
No, there's already something in that.
That's
top
actually
one.
very nice because I used to do that in the business world. I used to always tell people to
The
bring
top
a
one's
book with
yours
them.
and then Kristina's.
Oh.
So what does yours say there, Kristina?
I am not reading this, Bret. I know the big running thing here. For those that are listening, Bret is determined to get me to swear on this show. And if you had a 4-letter word that started with F, that is what's on the front of my book right now. But I will not fall into it.
I feel like people don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
It rhymes with duck.
I really like your notebook.
I love it, actually. It just
Yeah.
makes me smile.
I spent $7.98 to try to get you to say that word.
And you know what? It is one of those things. I was so close, but
Not happening.
not yet.
Not
You're going to have to
there.
work a little harder.
Okay.
I like it. And I've got, this is a piece of art of mine that I did years ago.
That is gorgeous.
Yours was a decoy, Candice.
Yeah,
So
mine's
don't
a
worry about
decoy?
that.
Oh,
That's the
and
studio notebook.
Admit one.
It was-
Oh,
ticket.
to Boteville. Yeah,
Yeah,
Boteville.
This
That's
is
that's too
is
funny.
very.
But what does it say
clever.
on the front? Just it's simple. It's
Rhymes with duck. That's all. Rhymes with
you,
duck.
you didn't get her.
Or
You didn't get her.
luck.
She's
A
not.
luck. Maybe. Oh, so much muck. Not quite there.
Bret, that's quite an expensive way to
yeah,
try to get
$7.98 of my hard-earned
She better
money.
write some good stuff.
Do
into
it.
that.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
It would have
gonna-
been.
She's gonna put a postie over it so the kids
Yeah.
don't see what it says. Like, don't look.
Or hockey puck. Like there's so many ways we can
Now, if
go.
I had chosen another word, would you have said that? Because I chose that one specifically because that's a good one.
Well, I do have moments. I
Right.
do have moments when I get a little fired up.
Probably
that something
worse
will
than
come
saying
out.
with
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. So that it could come out, but this was
Not today.
not today. But I'm going to keep this duck book with me everywhere.
I had a drop ready. I'm disappointed. Let's move on.
All right, that's good. We can't get her to do the cursing. So let's hit up our fun topic. So I don't really have a circle back, but just as a point of reference for any viewers or listeners, I love the fact that we are never trying to be professionals when it comes to any of these topics, definitions, and things that we're touching on. The idea that we have always mentioned with this group and with the three of us is that we want to be being authentic and true to who we are, which should be quite relatable to a lot of people that are tuning in. And we hope that people are enjoying some of these topics. We'd love to hear from people. But to segue into today's topic of beauty, which I think is a good one, and defining beauty, because it's different for everyone, isn't it, Kristina?
I just want to add one thing. I
Yeah.
think as more of a takeaway, it's interesting because now that we've launched one, there's things that I feel like we're all learning. You know, that there's an audio portion to this. So sometimes when we see things, we're not explaining them completely as to like, hey, what exactly is going on for the audio listener. So I think we have to be mindful of that.
Sure, no problem. We can definitely hit that for any.
That's why I spelt out the
listeners.
word.
That's why I wanted you to describe what was on the notebook, for God's
notebook.
sakes.
Yeah, black book with
Little black book. So
duck on it.
So that's too funny. So let's get into our topic before
Sure.
we get way sidetracked on the beautiful book. Speaking of beauty,
Okay.
who wants to start? Bret, you want to start?
No,
I will.
I think your hat's
I'm
beautiful
upset.
today.
Yeah.
Okay.
yes, I do have a hat on today. a very covering hat, maybe due to the topic.
It's
I
a
don't know.
different color. Oh yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. So
not
today we are talking about beauty in a modern world. So I think the first question is, what is beauty? So how would you define beauty?
For me, it's when on Facebook somebody writes, "You're beautiful on the inside and out." That's how I know.
So you're just too much. Bret hates that comment when people do that. He hates when people write, "You're beautiful on the inside." No, I think it's endearing. Beauty is a topic that I quite find interesting, being that I have worked in a image based industry for so long, being a makeup artist and then having the photography studio with Bret, I see a huge amount of beauty talk, tons.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's so many misinterpretations. For me, beauty is truly an exterior presentation of yourself or of something. So if we're not talking people, we're talking an item. The exterior beauty of something is totally in the eye of the beholder, for sure. But what really I think is all encompassing beauty when we're talking about people, I know cliche, it does have to come from the inside. I think there's a couple parts to it for me.
I'm still laughing because of what the Hallmark statement, inside and out.
I see it a lot. I see it a lot.
But, people are trying to tap into something there.
And some people mean it. I'm not trying to shit on those people necessarily, but some people mean it. I just see it so much that it's common. It should be almost like a sticker. It probably is.
Like a bumper sticker?
No, you know how in Facebook they just have quick things you can pull up, GIFs and
just like boom, right there.
Let's look right now.
Yeah. So what would you say, like, modern day beauty beyond the beauty inside? Like, is it different for males versus females? Like, there's a whole lot of stuff here.
Oh my gosh, that's a big one, Kristina. So if we're talking about not our own personal perception of beauty, like a general idea of beauty, I think that the general vision of beauty has always been distorted when we're talking about physical appearance. I know as a woman, it's a very confusing thing. Because let's just get into body type quickly. There was an era where it was really beautiful to be, a little bit, curvy and have those things. And then it went from an era of skinny, almost to a point where I think there was even mention of the fact that on average women were not that skinny traditionally or biologically, I would say. So it was like there's been a big swing.
Yeah.
I like that in modern world. One of the things I do like is I do think there is more inclusive ideas of female body image because you do see more curvy women, you see thin women, you see maybe, slightly on the larger size of women, but it's all beautiful. It's all being looked at as beautiful. And you have advocates for that in, when you think of what perhaps younger people are looking up to, you see women who are, bigger saying, this is who I am, loud and proud about it. I think that's kind of neat about it. The standard of beauty that I see that can be troublesome is this idea of never aging.
That's a good one. We could go there. Yeah.
Like tons of work on people. I think people are all starting to look like the same human with the amount of, location of putting fillers or things like that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. That's a big one for me. That's where I get.
Can I add a little story in there?
Get
like
in
a
there.
Personal story?
Yeah.
So I, as a younger girl, it was always about like, oh, you wanted to be thin, you wanted to be fit. But I always had a booty. Like I always had a booty and I was like, oh, okay. But then, I thought that was not a good thing. But let me tell you what I have learned recently, and I'm much older now, is that having a booty is a good thing. And people are even getting booty implants, which blows my mind. Honestly, I just learned this probably last year. I know. No joke.
Sir Mix-a-Lot came out with that song in 1992, and you just learned about it last year.
An actual booty implant?
Yes.
Oh my God. And I was sitting there because I was like, oh my God, my whole life I've been thinking that this is not good. But then I learned to embrace it. And, like as you get older and you figure out who you are and stuff. But then I'm like, people are paying money to get their booties implanted. And there's a term now that they say, like someone said,
I'm scared.
Someone said to me, and this is not even like a joke, this is a real life story. Someone said, oh yeah, oh, you're thick. And I was like, thick, that's bad, right?
How many C's did it have?
Yeah. I'm like, is that bad? What does that even
it's
mean?
a compliment.
I found that out after. So thick is like being kind of curvy and having those body parts and in the right places and whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at how much it's shifted, where now we're actually starting to embrace that part instead of having it. It's like you said, it's like 1 minute it's either, oh, you're very thin or you're very this, but now to hear, oh, you're thick, I was like, I had to ask people, like, was that good? was that good? And someone was like, that is really good. And are you married? And I'm like, yes, I am. Oh, okay, it is good.
Somebody called my boobs big fat natchies, and I'm not sure. Is that all right?
Like as in you, Bret?
I have heard that, I'm sure.
It's like it's less of a compliment for a man.
Oh,
Definitely.
So yes,
Definitely.
yes.
It's definitely less complimentary towards a man.
I know, trust me.
But
God.
it's funny because there's another part of it. I mean, I've never been able to, look at myself as being thin. I've never been thin. And I think there's something to say for women who are also thin, just naturally, who don't undereat or you have to think about health when we have these
100%.
conversations too. But health and beauty kind of come hand in hand. And I think that the piece that's super important is that inside. I don't like saying
but it's true. It's true.
It is true because I've seen women who are thin naturally and they don't work at being thin. It's just their body type. And they ooze this confidence. I know that's maybe a gross word to people, but they do. They have this confidence about them. Ooze. All right. Okay. Anyways. Okay. No, but it's true because it's all about the way you kind of present yourself to the world, and your physical appearance can have one piece to it. But I find myself attracted to people who may not be traditionally pretty, which would be like big lips, light eyes, a high arched eyebrow, perfect hairline. Like we have this standard of perfection in beauty. I don't necessarily look at that personally. Again, going back to the eye of the beholder, I don't look at that personally as beautiful.
Oh,
I'd look at more, right? Like you kind of see someone's aura.
Yeah, I agree. And it's
like, don't go there.
Yeah. Well,
don't do it.
No, as much as I don't like that Facebook comment, just because it's so common, I do think attitude is
I was going to say,
with
confidence.
Beauty and confidence too.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand. It's
like a sense of humor. Someone that lights up a room is a beautiful person, man or woman. And then to move away from the women.
Yeah. What kind of things
men.
do guys get insecure
Tons
about?
Of pressure.
like yoked.
Yeah.
Just gacked, dude.
What the hell?
Like Candice is Joey Swole. She likes
Joey. Cute. I like Joey.
He was a nice guy inside and out.
See, he was a nice.
And out he was gacked.
Yeah, gacked.
He wasn't like too much for my taste. Clearly,
Yeah.
Joey. Hey,
Hey, Joey.
Jojo.
Yeah. So, what kind of things like from a
men
guy
have pressure for sure.
Yeah, I think working out is the biggest one. Probably, it's like you want to follow the same way with females with celebrities.
Yeah.
It's like The Rock, like those big
Rock.
big
But men
dudes.
get away with
Wrestler.
more. I feel like as a woman, I
think
don't.
so.
You don't think so? Or
No,
you
I
do?
think I'm with
like
you.
that?
I'm with you,
yeah,
man.
because I think like men that are thin get. You know where men have it tough, and you're gonna laugh when they're very short.
Oh, a short man. There's a song around that.
Well, I think it's about a different area of their body.
It just clicked to me right now because
just said that. I was like,
my brain went clean with Kristina for a second. I was thinking,
No, guys.
clean.
yeah, okay, got it. Shift, pivot. Okay.
And okay.
Also
like,
from the
I don't-
90s, that song.
I'm a short female. I'm 5'2.5".
Yeah, but for a guy, it can be hard.
But it is hard for guys because I have family members that are males, and I know, having conversations with them, they have mentioned that tall girls don't like short guys. Short girls don't like short guys. Generally speaking, I'm not saying there's someone for everyone, and I'm not judging that, but that's a tough one for men, for sure. And I know men in the male community, baldness bothers men. Doesn't bother me. But I know, like, my dad used to go, there was like probably 15 years, and I can say this on a podcast, but there was 15 years, I'm sure of it, that he mentioned his hair, guys.
Kristina is gonna. She's
I'm
losing
not
it.
I'm not saying anything. I'm like, I'm gonna wait.
You can say it.
But
Go,
I'm just
go.
laughing. Because I think
Those
people
are-
have stories about baldness.
Oh, my dad blames my sister and I for sure. He's like, I had daughters. That's the reason. It's like my brothers have hair. They had sons. It's because I had daughters. But that bothered my dad. I remember he was a young dad. And he would, forever, he was like, I'm not shaving my head. But then he shaved his head, and he's a great looking guy.
And then sometimes people that have a full head of hair
choose to
don't even need to worry about it. But sometimes it's in their mind that it could be something.
Yeah, that's the top.
I think for guys in general, no matter what it is, if it's working out or that, actually that's a bit of a bad example because it's stuff you can't change. It's like being short, losing your hair. It's like, I mean, you can change that with drugs and certain things. True, but naturally,
go to, like, I think there's places in the world where they do these like hair.
They smack you in the head with a
talking
steel
about
spike.
that.
No, like
exfoliate.
No,
like hair plugs. Hair plugs.
Yeah, it's like there's. I think.
Oh yeah,
painful.
you can sure.
Where do you go? You go somewhere.
But biologically, you can't change it if you're lucky enough to keep your hair for your whole life as a guy. That's a certain thing. But a lot of men do, and it's something you can't change. You can't change how tall you are, as well. So those are the things I think that hits. Whereas like working out, it's like, unless you have a serious injury or something like that, you can't.
Good point.
But working out, you feel like you can change. And I know even just, well, everybody knows here, feeling better when you're working out is part of it too. Like you might not see changes right away of the way you look, but you feel great and you're like, oh, maybe eventually I'll look better too.
The confidence piece is
It's
that
huge.
looking good from the inside.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've had people, my husband who says this to me, he's like, yeah, well, you know, guys become much more distinguished when they age and ladies, not so much.
Jesus.
He's pretty harsh, eh?
Yeah.
No, all joking aside, but like seriously, there is a theme out there about like guys age better than females, and that kind of adds to stuff. I don't know if that's real or
that's
not.
changing. Like I feel like that's
Look at in Canada, Lisa LaFlemme, right? She was let go from her position because she had gray hair, and she let it during the pandemic and everything. And
I love Lisa LaFlemme.
and I think I don't know many people that didn't say it looked awesome that she had gray hair. I thought it looked, from a guy's point of view, the hair is important to have it, but to me personally, I don't care what color it is as long as I have it, right? Like that's the important part.
Everybody's different.
My beard went gray in like my late 20s. It started, and then it just took over, and I was like, okay, that's the way it's going to be.
My hair is gray, so it is what it is. But again, beauty is so individual, like hugely.
Oh, 100%. Well, and like, what about the lip fillers?
Love them.
I always
notice
get them.
I notice when women do it, but oddly enough, I've been asked many times in my life if I've done lip fillers. I have not. I've not at this point.
You have nice lips.
Well, sure.
Yeah, but
They're okay.
Yeah, but it's not like the filler.
But maybe some women, that's a confidence thing for them because they want bigger lips, or I don't know.
But don't you think it looks like it hurts? I'm 100,000,000% serious right now.
And I've seen women do it and it looks great. So I think it's just, you know what? I don't want to morph into another topic too much, but I think the dysmorphia in beauty.
Dysmorphia, there you go.
Is where you're getting at. Because I actually don't really, personally, I have no like judgment or negative feelings about women that want to do work, whether it was.
Oh, I'm not judging.
No, I know. Yeah. I'm not saying that you are, or I'm not taking it that way because you know me, I love open conversation about things like this. But I just feel like it's great. If you want to do a little bit of lip filler, you want to do some Botox to help slow down your aging process, you want to plump up your cheeks because as we get older, they might kind of drop more. You want to do breast augmentation, you want to do lipo, male or woman, hair implant. I don't care.
Butt
to
implant.
me, I'm all for butt implants.
Yeah, let's not forget.
If you want to look thick. I don't think there's anything wrong with that for me. Where I think it gets crazy is you see these people do it and then they have this physical appearance dysmorphia about what they look like. And then I think it's like we had an episode where we had talked about narcissism.
Yeah.
And there's kind of that scale.
Yeah.
I think the scale of like doing a little bit so that you feel good about yourself, it kind of boosts you. That's great. But when you've gotten to a point of, okay, you're disillusioned about what you look like, you have a problem. And then I question, do you have real friends? Because someone should tell you.
Yeah. Don't you think that someone should step in?
Yeah,
if I look really bad, Candice will tell me. I didn't have my nails done. I'm gonna tuck those underneath. And Candice told me.
Not true. That's not true. Correct.
No, but that's what friends do. They
I know,
actually
but
help
it was
each
just
other.
because you had 2 nails not done and the rest were done.
Because I was running.
I'm an all or nothing.
Yeah, all or nothing girl.
With nails.
But that's a good friend. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
we help
I
each
want
other
you
out.
to tell me like there's food on your face or something going on.
If I had something green in my tooth, I would hope that someone would say something.
Brett, if I start doing lip injections and I get carried away, I would like for both of you or anyone who's my friend to pay for them. Yeah. It's like, this is important for me. Okay, guys.
Whatever works. We're here to support and we're not here to judge. Oh, we have some more. Okay, here it comes.
But first of all, I hate to keep bringing this up, but I'm upset about this notebook thing because I now forgot to play the drop for the beginning of the episode.
Oh, make me over.
Make me over.
Totally forgot about it.
Okay,
Right?
but
relevant to
because
looks.
of our looks.
Yeah, see what's going on? See, now we're all disheveled.
Well,
And it's, I don't want to, we don't point fingers, but it's Kristina's fault. Here's a video.
Because she wouldn't just come on with it and just say the word duck.
No, the duck word is really, it'll surface when it's time.
Okay.
Anyways.
I have a...
It'll be like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, for sure.
That's your trigger.
Yeah. Bum implant with Kim Kardashian. Ooh.
American.
Okay, so I have a video that we're going to have to silence it because I think it plays blurred lines.
Okay,
it's from
that's good.
2015, okay?
Okay.
So I thought I would be into this because
Wow.
I'm into some weird art stuff.
Yeah.
I like weird art. I like art that's
Myrtle Beach,
uncomfortable
South Carolina.
in
He's playing
real
a video, guys.
in real life.
Okay.
So I'm going to play it in the background
This is when?
as we go.
When
You have
This
to
was
explain it.
2015. So you have to excuse. It's a 14-minute video. I'm going to fast forward it to the parts that we
There
need to
is a
talk about.
woman with her face covered in a mirror mask. It's
Mirror
a film.
mask.
Will you let me do?
So basically,
Yeah.
here's the abstract from the artist statement, basically from what
This
the
guy
piece
says,
was
I
supposed
would
to be.
love to make love to you. That is not even what you're trying to do. It is just.
Okay,
Not
so
making love,
listen to the abstract of what it's supposed to be. It's called American Reflex, and it's a short film documentary piece created by Signe Pierce and Ali Coates. Ali Coates recorded and captured a 2-hour-long performance of Pierce, which took place in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The video was reduced down to a 14-minute highlight reel of the most absurd moments captured from their social experiment. The video piece stars Signe Pierce, who was wearing a blue dress, heels, and reflective mask to cover her face. So she was basically hypersexualized with a very weird kind of alien mask over her face, so you couldn't see her face and her facial features. Pierce was dressed up and portraying a hypersexualized demeanor as she walked around the boardwalk of Myrtle Beach. The social experiment that Coates and Pierce wanted to capture was a reaction of the interaction from the people. Now, it quickly devolved into true mayhem and really showed the types of people, I mean, what people are willing to do.
Her a man? I don't even see
This
what
is the thing.
they're seeing.
Like, if you watch, we won't watch obviously the whole 14-minute video, but apparently what happened, and one of the points that they're trying to get across is that Pierce's outfit and behavior were symbolizing hypersexuality, and the ideal girl was supposed to be created. This blonde, sexy, silent, and without purpose girl, other than she was being observed, was the female embodiment and was created to exploit the stereotypes of women. So that's what they were going for. But as we go through, people eventually start, calling her a man.
I didn't get that. She
Yelling at her about her appearance, and then they start throwing water on her, and they start getting a little bit more violent. Physical. Now, she's obviously acting. She's acting the part.
Extremely sexual with her face not showing. Once again, for anyone that's tuning in only by audio, she's walking around sexy, super high heels, short dress, blonde hair. Again, her face features are completely covered with a mask that looks like a mirror. So quite interesting.
What do you think the reaction is? Right? Do you think people are scared, or they're just don't understand it, so then they start reacting poorly?
Yes, for sure. I think they don't understand it. I think they're on some sort of boardwalk in Myrtle Beach, so it's a lot of activity, not a lot of nightlife.
Oh my God.
There's the water just randomly thrown at her face.
And
now she goes with
just
it.
goes with it.
Does she ever?
Now the filmmaker wanted it to be a moving painting. That was her main thing, is that I want it to be a moving painting, which is why she's acting in that way.
Well, and do you think it's symbolic that it's a mirror? So anyone who looks into that mirror really sees themselves.
Potentially.
But I don't get, like, okay.
So anyway, we'll go
We still
to...
know it's a human. I don't really get the whole throwing water at her.
And then we start tripping
look
her.
at this. It's crazy to me. And this is just one example of when people don't understand or there's fear or unknown, how cruel people can be.
I kind of love that she's just kind of...
She's going with it.
Yeah.
She's definitely going with it, but then
Oh, dear God.
pushed from behind aggressively.
Yeah.
And when you're not expecting it, obviously, you're going to...
I just don't really get the whole aggressive part of it all. Like, wow.
Yeah.
That's actually
the
really
woman
sad.
that pushed her could definitely do better with her outfit.
Yeah, maybe she needs to work on her
Sorry,
appearance.
I don't care. But when you're
Yeah,
being mean,
I'm just like, hey,
I'm like,
nasty
hey,
Graham, you want to show up? Maybe you need to work, and no one helps her.
No one
Everyone
helps her.
just sits there and walks by.
Now, one person does check that she's alive and then moves on.
That is like,
Yeah,
it's actually kind of disturbing.
So
for
a
me.
lot of... So they set out for a certain goal, and then eventually it became this, and they kind of commented on it, what it became rather than what they intended.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that bystander syndrome
Yeah.
too, where it's like, well, if somebody else will help if I don't.
I think,
I mean,
in
it's
university
pretty,
we learned that.
It's pretty, like, I don't know. It's also pretty extreme of a thing to do when
Yes,
you
yeah.
are removing the facial features of a person.
Ooh, it's kind of like,
Right? Like, it's kind of...
social media. Like, people are putting on masks, but their real identities don't necessarily need to be shown. And when they're not, that's why you have trolls and stuff.
But she's still working it.
Well, then she
confused
switches
by this.
over-
We're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to
switches-
move past this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
that was kind of a... So it came out in 2015. I was into it a couple years ago. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is weird art. I'm into it. But then when once it got violent and stuff, I'm like, Jesus, this is...
But that says
that's
a
what
lot
happens.
about humanity.
Exactly. In this small little sliver of
Oh,
people
geez.
on Myrtle Beach in 2000 and... I think it was filmed in 2013. though.
Something like pops so loud in this side of my
You
headphone.
okay?
Like,
You want me to turn you down?
Can you turn me down a touch? I don't know. Like, whoa.
I'm
Better?
still really
Is that
disturbed by
Yeah,
that
good for me.
video. That's
Thanks.
awful.
Okay, we'll lighten things up.
All right, let's go.
Kind of.
Oh.
Have you guys heard of the fox eye facelift?
Oh, God. What is this? What?
On surgical tweakment being widely advertised on social media. It's known as the fox eye facelift.
Well, inspired by the likes of supermodels Bella Hadid and Kendall Jenner, the procedure involves inserting plastic threads at the side of your eyes in order to stretch the skin and create a new look. Those models haven't had that done. It's just that they have that sort of naturally, and that's what people want. Many medical professionals have called the procedure irresponsible and dangerous.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What?
Especially because it's social media.
Left hospitalized following complications. He
Oh.
joins us now alongside facial aesthetics.
So this dude did it.
Welcome both of you.
Morning, welcome.
He got
this
botched.
is promoted widely on social media.
Why?
Ryan, you are a social media influencer. You're an aesthetic practitioner.
Yeah, I do aesthetics.
Yourself.
Yeah, I do.
So that's.
But he's
providing
not a
Botox
doctor
fillers.
or nurse, so that's...
And for someone who extensively knows about this field, what made you decide you wanted to do this?
I'll be completely honest with you. Somebody messaged me and just said, I'll give you it for free if you promote it on social media. And I just took it.
Oh,
And I
my
feel like
God.
an idiot.
Oh, my God.
To spread it around. on social media.
So silly.
I'm not here for sympathy. I'm just here to warn
No,
you.
Yeah, you're not going to get sympathy.
He has a sense of humor about it, and a bit, and he's trying to promote like, don't do this, like, don't. He didn't share it on social media. I don't think. In the end, he's sharing this message, which probably good. Because I don't know if I want a TikTok facelift.
But it's kind of like she's asking, but did it work?
Yes. They showed a picture.
Social media, and you
It
go
looked
to the
kind of
clinic and you
haggard.
have it done.
Yeah.
What was the experience like when you had it done? Was it painful?
No, because they numbed it with injections, lidocaine, I think. So it weren't actually too bad, but I mean, it was quite vigorous. She was like pulling my face
so
up.
What,
Like,
they insert a thread?
She put a thread in my eyebrow
This is
there,
a
but
pretty-
I also had cheek threads done as well.
He's kind of the perfect
She put a thread
spokesperson
from there to the
for
top
it
of
too,
my
because
head
he's
there
pretty
and started, like,
eccentric.
pulling
and
my
I've
face
seen
up.
this
describing it very
procedure.
well.
Made a more
Oh,
big look.
my
So this
God.
is what we can see.
Oh my God, imagine me trying to pull a fella looking like that. Like, that is horrific. Do you know
But
what?
this is you ended up with these really bizarre.
I don't even get how it's supposed to work. 'cause
Well, they
Yeah.
thread. They
I look like an
again.
avatar.
I'm no professional, but I've watched some of these.
Yeah, the
They
eyes.
stick up. They do an entry point and an out point, and they use these threads essentially, and they go in one point and then out the other point with the needle, and then they kind of like lift it. I obviously I don't know enough about this kind of stuff, but I have seen these on like Instagram and other places where they promote this now. It's quite a thing.
But what's really, really concerning with what he said, he's a media influencer. And you got our kids that are watching this, right? Children, young girls are getting some stuff done that probably doesn't need to be happening, but I think that it's this image of what beauty is out there that is definitely in question.
And at the beginning of the segment, the host said the look that they're going after are with celebrities who have that naturally.
Yeah,
they're not
right?
doing this
So
procedure.
we think.
Sure.
So
I'll give you that.
I'm only saying I'm not to insult those celebrities that are, beautiful or what have you, but we also don't really know what celebrities do to achieve beauty. When you do have money, when you have endless money for even just having personal trainers and chefs and people cooking for you, imagine that. Just have all that going on all day. You could just stay healthy and stay looking an ideal weight for you and feeling healthy when you have people doing the work for you.
Yeah.
So you don't really know what celebrities do, but
do you see the dysfunction though? Because let's say they have expertise and doctors or whatever to do whatever, but by the time it gets to the average consumer or like a teenager, it's very convoluted, because it's like, yeah, let's say they don't have to do it, or do they have to do it? That's the part that's kind of like a young girl
or
should
guy,
be, or
really.
guy. Yeah, that's true.
Because there's
a
a lot of
really
that
good point.
right now. I see
really
that
good
a
point.
lot.
Yeah, really should be able to have a clearer assessment of beauty. And like we said, full circle, it's really, it varies per person, but it's your own personal beauty. And when we start kind of looking at other things that we have to kind of morph and change and whatever, I think it can be pretty dangerous.
I'm always like curious, what is the advice to give younger people? Because everybody says, tell your kids how beautiful they are and what have you. But I think that there's a lot of influence on people's appearances, and we can be influenced by a lot of factors around us. So
I think it's at least just to have the conversation. Like, I think it's more about saying, hey, do you think it's necessary at the age of 16 to get lip fillers? Do you think it's necessary, at being a really young age, getting Botox? Like,
I do?
Oh,
I always tell my
True
kids
story.
things like, they'll say, their celebrity crush or someone they follow. And I'll say to my boys, yeah, okay, so if there was a really pretty girl and she had a really bad attitude and she was rude and she put down other people, would you still think she was pretty? Or if there was a girl who was, just kind of seemed like you or like me, or just, like the rest of how we see the world, and she was so super nice, would she look prettier to you than the girl that you think looks so pretty? I always try to frame beauty around
I always do
things.
inside.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Inside. Actually, my older one he's definitely an empath. So he appreciates people that are kind and nice. He does make mention of that. My younger one's too young to, I think, know the difference. Who knows what he likes? He just likes YouTube influencers.
I kind of feel that a little bit with there's kind of a debate, or every now and again there'll be a celebrity that comes out with a magazine cover or something, and they purposely say this was not retouched. So this is raw, straight out of camera, essentially, color correction and cropping.
I'm always a skeptic.
No,
I'm
it
like,
is.
there's no face.
I've looked, because people buy those for me. My parents constantly would be like, "Hey, Bret, I think you'd be into this." There was one with Kim Cattrall from years ago, many years ago.
Sex
and I mean,
and the City.
she's beautiful. They're all these celebrities are beautiful. So it's like, I get it. I get what's going on. But as a photographer, retouching is part of the process. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I think it's more important to retouch these photos that are covers of magazines, because now there is a standard that they do need to look a certain way. But with parenting and stuff, teach your kids that you're not trying to look up to this person specifically the way they're looking here because it was retouched. So explain what retouching is, explain on Instagram, all of these filters. Because I think people who use these filters sometimes don't even realize themselves that they use them so often that they go, this is what I look like online all the time. Yeah. So, which isn't wrong. I don't think any of that's wrong. To me, that's the same as it's like live photoshopping itself, right? Yeah. Photoshopping isn't wrong. It's all good, and it's part of the process of photography specifically, but teaching the difference between what you look like in real life versus what you look like under the proper lighting with retouching for the cover of a magazine is important for kids to know, so that they don't blur those lines and think, oh, I have to look like this clearly photoshopped picture.
So before we close out,
I got one more before we close out too. It's a quick one.
Okay,
though.
go.
Can I cut?
Okay. Yeah, go for sure.
I think tattoos are beautiful.
Love tattoos. Where is it?
So sometimes you just run out of real estate on your body.
Yep. So it's a vagina tattoo. She's
now, if you're wondering if it hurts, it hurts, she says.
Her whole body is artwork. Wow. Even her face. I'm always amazed by people that have face tattoos.
Job stopper region.
The job stopper.
That's it. I think it's an industry term for tattoos. They call them job stoppers.
Oh my God. Wow. You know what? It's funny. Historically, people that were tattooed like that wouldn't have been looked at. I could say, based on elderly people that I've talked to, they would say that, though, that's not attractive or beautiful.
Tattoos were bad. Like they
but
were like,
now they're so not.
They're more like trendy. Yeah.
Too. And it's just the
false narrative, right? And the things that were attached to them.
But before we get to our time, I have to do this only because this is the topic for today, and I need to know your one male or female celebrity crush, or both, if you have one for each, just because everyone knows someone. And this is just to prove that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Who do we have? Who do you have? Go.
Well, I've already talked about mine, Thor.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a character. So you like that actor as that character?
I like the character. Okay. No. I like the actor.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth. Is that his name?
Hemsworth? I think if he's your crush, you should know.
I know, but we're not that close. I just say, hey, Thor. And then he's like, oh, hey, Kristina.
Okay, who do you think is like a beautiful, she doesn't have to be a crush, like who's a beautiful female celebrity to you?
Yeah, like there's so much out there, but I think like Selma Hayek is beautiful. I think just a natural kind of beauty there, I think. I don't see...
So, Bret,
sorry.
It's okay. If you have others, pop in. Unless, do you need water?
I'm okay.
Are you upset?
More tequila. I know. You guys hurt my feelings with Thor. Okay. Yeah.
Bret, who do you have?
I have always liked, on the female side, I've liked Kristina Ricci. She's been my, but then, and you did it as well. People are like, oh my God, from Casper? I go... She was 11 then. That's not. She's been an actor for a long time.
She's a little bit older now.
Yes. Yeah. So her more recent movies and stuff. I don't know. It's just I don't even know that she varies the roles greatly in what she does. But I always thought she was a good actor, very beautiful. Smokes cigarettes, which I love.
Oh wow.
Or used to.
It's all coming out. Wow.
Okay. Who else? Who's a good-looking male actor to you?
There's so many. Yeah. There's like I'm definitely a Brad Pitt guy.
Yeah.
Because
see,
most are. But no, I want to even go like I would go Robert De Niro in a way because he's
where does that one?
Because he is versatile and he's done
roles. What his point was just proven there.
Yeah.
The older they get, the more distinguished they are.
Well, Sean Connery for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I loved him.
And bald. There you go.
Yeah. And
bald one for you.
There's a big running joke that bald guys.
It depends the era when I get on this topic, but I love like a Lisa Bonet. I always like how she was so pretty.
Yeah, very.
Like from the beginning of her career. Johnny Depp. Anyone that knows me, I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan. I know.
Well, there's lots going on with that guy.
Awesome stuff.
I love him.
Well, see, I'm just listening
Piano
to the story.
scene, Johnny Depp. Every girl in their right mind has to think that man is good looking. Oh my gosh. And same for me.
What was the first thing you said?
Piano scene. Johnny Depp's one famous portrait where he's sitting at the piano.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, come on.
Okay. I know what you're saying.
It's going back, but
yeah, nothing.
That was a stretch that we should all know what that means.
I feel nothing.
Well, he was in my closet on a poster for many years.
Johnny.
Here, Kristina.
Okay. And there's lots of others, but there's lots of beautiful people out there.
Well, and there's such a variety. It's like
first photo.
Oh my God.
And he's smoking a cigarette.
Oh God, what's wrong with you people?
Johnny
Yeah.
Depp.
Smoking is, I won't say it.
All right. Well, anyhow, if anyone has something to add, feel free to do so now. But I think we have covered this topic beautifully.
I think it was great. Yeah.
I'm still reeling about the
anyone see
beginning,
what I did
but
Yeah. Well, don't worry.
you'll say it.
Best of luck.
Did you guys both miss what I just did there?
Yes, sorry, we did.
What?
Go ahead.
No
you got to
credit.
redo it.
No,
you got to redo
no,
it.
you guys
It was.
Now it's awkward. We made it
said
awkward.
You said it was beautiful.
On the inside and out.
All right, guys.
All
well,
right.
thanks for tuning
See
in.
you next
Subscribe
week.
to our YouTube channel, all of our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Instagram. Where else can we be found?
Spotify. Did
yeah.
you say that? Sorry.
No, I didn't actually. Yeah, we can be audio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and kind of anywhere that you can find us.
And I want to know, I'm matching the table today, so you may want to do the visual. That doesn't happen every day. And Bret has a nice yellow hat.
I have a full hat on today.
Yeah, so it could be a good session to see live.
Well, I hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful day.